Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Here I am in the classic sort of dungeon style look, just filming in my car. Still wrestling with a little bit of a cold, but look, this will be short and sharp because it's a bit weird, isn't it? The footy season's done and dusted for the minute, postponed till the end of May, but it'll certainly be longer than that. So I'll keep it pretty short and sharp because, did all that work throughout the pre-season. We had so much content going, great amount of engagement with you subscribers out there. Was ready to do some different things throughout the season, but we're not going to get that chance just yet. But I will do a bit more of an extended. I'm thinking of doing like a bit of a podcast, just generally sort of discussing everything really. What we want to do, well, what I want to do with the channel. Just everything that's going on in the world, football as a whole, what I expect and that sort of thing. So I'll look to do that throughout the week. But I had a stinker, ladies and gentlemen. So, but to be honest, I just don't care. I've never cared less about football in my life. I just watching it. I mean, there's me side if anyone gives a stuff. But the first game, I was up and about. I was like, here we go, footy's back. And then it wasn't long before I thought, this ain't the same. There's no crowd. There's no atmosphere. I hate the short quarters. I absolutely fucking hate them. It is just, the quarters just fly by. If they want to do shortened quarters, okay, I understand they want to shorten the game a touch. It's got to be like 18. I know we're only talking like small margins, but it does make a difference. And I hated it. I can't believe they were talking it up. But, yeah, I was just so disinterested. By Saturday, if the Cats weren't on, I would have tossed in the towel by then. And by Sunday, normally I'd be honing in on the rookies and, who's playing and who's coming up. There were games that I was watching and I was like, oh, that's right, I've got that bloke in there. I forgot. Like, I was just totally checked out because it's football, but it was a different brand. It was substandard product and a totally weird version to what we've seen previously. And just even the scoring, like, I don't know, I'm not sure whether the shorter quarters and then the changing in game times for players, but still with the same allotted amount of points per game, it seemed to lengthen the difference between top scorers and bottom scorers, but we'd probably need to do a bit more research into that. I've just never seen so many 30s, like high 20s, 40s, but also 160s and 170s. Could have just been the week, but it's a bit interesting. There's probably something in that. But look, we won't be doing any SuperCoach for some time, so there's no real point discussing much because, we don't know when we'll be back. We don't know how it's going to look, if we're going to get back. Your guess is as good as mine. We know when we won't be back. We've got a time that we won't be back until, but it's hard to see. There's a chance we'll get games, but then it's like, will we get enough of a season to make it worthwhile? It's a big discussion point, but anyway, I hope you're all out there staying nice and safe and following all the measures that you can, because you got to take it serious now. It's, well, hopefully you've taken it serious before now, but I think, we've definitely got a very serious thing on our hands, and football, as Jared said, did pale into insignificance because it just didn't seem right, with everything going on and things closing down and people's jobs at stake, lives at stake. It just didn't seem right that we were pumping up a game of football and discussing it. And yeah, it's weird. So anyway, I'll be back at some stage this week and I'll have a bit of a ponder because I don't want to just let the channel sit there and do nothing, because it could do that for 9 months potentially. So I want to try and do something. I'm just not sure what, but anyway, stay safe out there and I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.